CDM, colleagues of Central Trade Unions, and delegates of the 18th All India Conference of CITU, on behalf of the All India Central Council of Trade Unions, AIC-CTU, I extend my revolutionary greetings to you all. I think we all understand that this very important conference is taking place on the heels of a declaration of war on the working class, not just the labor codes. In the last 1 month, what we've seen is that the union government under Mr. Narendra Modi has opened up various sectors to the private players. Nuclear sector has been opened out, 100% foreign investment in the insurance sector has been allowed. There is talk of a draft seed bill, a draft electricity bill, and of course, the lifeline of rural India, which was Manrega, has now been replaced by something called the Gramji Act. All of this taken together can only be seen as a union government, as a government that has no concern for its workers and is confident that whatever its politics it is playing, it is going to be able to push through all of this without any kind of resistance. It is in this background that I think we need to see the labor codes coming into force. What we are saying is that 21st of November, when the 4 labor codes came into force, it is a black day for the workers, and we'll have to commemorate that as such until the labor codes are repealed. Dear friends, I think I don't have too much more to say in the sense of we know most of the things that are happening about us. We know the kind of context that we are in. Comrade Sonia was talking about the kind of inequality that we are facing. I think this is really an extremely challenging times for the working class in India. And definitely we need to reflect on the kind of resistance that we are able to pose and the kind of militant struggles that we are able to build. The labor codes represent a fundamental restructuring of labor relations to weaken workers' bargaining power and strengthen employers' control. By deliberately reorienting labor laws in favor of capital, the state has openly come out as the guarantor and the enforcer of corporate interests against labor. There are 2 specific aspects, I think, about the labor codes. I'm not going to go into the details of the labor codes, but 2 aspects of this labor code which have to be of serious concern to us. Number 1, the attack on federalism. The union government has not stopped at one place to undermine federalism in this country. The manner in which the labor codes have been passed, the manner in which the labor codes are being forced on state governments is an outright attack on federalism. And secondly, the centralization of powers in the union government. If you look at the labor codes, it's a skeleton. Most of the powers are in the rule making. This kind of a centralization, this kind of delegated legislation is unprecedented, and this is something that we have to be extremely cautious about. There is one thing that I wanted to share with you which really troubles me. As trade unions, one major concern for us is that the 2 important weapons of the trade union movement, which is the right to strike and collective bargaining, are seriously undermined by the labor codes. I recall that when the Industrial Disputes Bill was introduced in 1938, Baba Saheb Ambedkar had said this: "A strike is simply another name for the right to freedom. It is nothing less than the right to the freedom of one's services on any terms that one wants to obtain. And once you concede that right to freedom, you necessarily concede the right to strike." However, under the new labor codes, strikes are virtually prohibited. Secondly, unions, the registration can be cancelled by the registrar on any arbitrary kind of a reason. These 2 weapons that we have, that the working class has, that is what is being attacked over here. The 4 labor codes are also being presented as an anti-colonial labor reform. Nothing could be further from the truth. The struggles and sacrifices of countless workers have snatched workers' rights from the hands of the British, and those very rights and laws are consigned to the history books. This argument at decolonization is a ruse to cover up the essential orientation of the state's role in mediating class relations in the country. This is made very clear in the Shram Shakti Niti. It is shocking. That document says that work is Raj Dharma, sacred duty. So workers now don't have to worry about their wages. You just work. You be very grateful that some employer is giving you a job. He is your Annadata. You bow to him. And whatever that Annadata gives you, you accept that. That is caste in this country, and that is now labor policy in this country. So when we are saying that we are opposing the labor codes, we are also saying that this entire niti, the so-called Shram Niti, that has to be consigned to the dustbin as well. This fascist assault on the working class comes at a time when the working class world over is confronted with old and new challenges. The intensifying crisis of capitalism is causing global economic turmoil, greater inequality, and harsher worker exploitation. This domestic unrest is directly linked to the increasing international conflicts, imperialist wars, and foreign interventions. Ordinary people bear the brunt through poverty, joblessness, job displacement, state repression, and the loss of hard work rights. As we battle on, class unity is our guiding light, class unity is our strength. This is possible by evolving a paradigm of class unity and class struggle that does not stop shy of challenging caste, gender, and communal discrimination. This objective is ultimately to unite all workers, transcending caste and other lines, to stand up against all forms of injustice, discrimination, and oppression. Over the years, and this I think is a matter of grave concern, the Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh has done everything it can to sow the seeds of Hindutva in the workers. But now we are seeing a direct attack on the workers, a physical attack on the workers. Over the past month, we have witnessed the killing, the lynching of 2 migrant workers. The Bengali Muslim migrant worker, Jewel Rana Sheikh, who was killed in Sambalpur, and the Chhattisgarh migrant worker, Ram Narayan Baghel, who was lynched in Kerala at the hands of Hindutva forces. With this, the very lives of workers are at threat. The communal polarization is now a threat to the workers and not just a divisive feature. Fighting caste and communal divisions among the workers becomes an essential aspect of trade union activism and working class consciousness. The neoliberal economic order has pauperized the working class and created the material conditions for the rise of fascist and authoritarian regimes worldwide. In this overall global climate of rise in reactionary bourgeois regimes, in India, Hindutva returns in the unconditional defense of a crisis-ridden capitalism. For workers seeking a life of dignity, resistance is not a choice, it is now a necessity. The urgent task before us is to revive the militant trade union struggles and rebuild working class consciousness to wage a collective fight for emancipation from exploitation by the ruling classes and insecurities imposed by the market. Our immediate task is to make the 12 February strike a great success. Let us all build militant struggles of the working class against this concerted effort of the Modi government. On behalf of the CITU, once again, I wish the 18th All India Conference of CITU a grand success. Jai Bhim, Lal Salam, and in the words of Hazrat Mohani, made eternal by Bhagat Singh, Inqilab Zindabad.